Ever thought about ditching the whole corporate grind and, heading to campus?
Trading the cubicle for the quad, huh?
Yeah. Picture yourself strolling through these beautiful historic buildings surrounded by all this knowledge.
Sounds peaceful.
It does, right? Well, today we're diving into the unique world of university jobs, and we've got some awesome insights from Jared Kanisa.
Oh, from academicjobs.com, right?
Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
He's the CEO, and he's got some pretty surprising things to say about working at a university.
I'm intrigued. Beyond the whole professor thing, what else is there?
Okay, so first of all, get ready for some seriously awesome perks.
Perks, huh? Lay it on me.
Okay, first up, transportation.
Transportation.
Yeah, imagine, no more soul-crushing commutes, no more road rage.
No, you mean like they have alternative transportation options?
Exactly. Think free shuttles to work, maybe even bike paths all over campus.
Okay, I can see the appeal there.
Right. And then there's the time off.
Oh, yeah. Universities are known for their generous breaks.
That's an understatement. We're talking summer break, winter break, spring break.
Wow, sign me up. But seriously, do university employees actually get all those breaks?
Often, yeah. They often sync up with the student calendar.
So basically, you're saying I could relive my college days, but with a paycheck.
Pretty much. And get this, free or discounted tuition.
Wait, hold on. Like, they actually pay for you to take classes.
It's a pretty common perk.
Yeah.
Whether you want to learn a new skill, explore a different field, or even, work towards another degree.
That's incredible. I mean, that could be a game changer for so many people, especially with the cost of education these days.
Right. And then there's the networking aspect.
Being surrounded by brilliant minds, experts in their fields.
Yeah. I bet the lunchroom conversations are a lot more stimulating than your average water cooler talk.
No more gossiping about the latest office drama.
Exactly. And it's not just intellectual stimulation either.
What else is there?
Universities often have these amazing facilities, like childcare centers, gyms, even housing support sometimes.
Wow, so it's not just a job, it's a whole lifestyle.
It really is. And that's something Jared really emphasizes. Universities, they really focus on employee well-being.
Makes sense. Happy employees are productive employees, right?
Exactly. But, okay, let's get real for a sec. How do you actually land one of these coveted university gigs?
Yeah, what's the secret?
Well, Jared's got some advice on that too. And it all starts with something pretty basic.
Let me guess, a good education.
You got it. A high school diploma, or a GED, is your foundation. And from there, well, a bachelor's degree is usually the next step.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for most professional careers these days.
But Jared suggests being strategic about your major. Really tailor it to your interests and passions.
Oh, so you're saying, like, don't just pick a major because you think it'll lead to a job, but choose something you're genuinely excited about.
Exactly. And while you're in college, there are so many opportunities to get a head start.
Like what? Internships.
Internships are great, but even simpler things like attending your professor's office hours, going to guest lectures.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's about immersing yourself in the university environment, building relationships.
Yeah. And there are tons of part-time jobs and work-study programs that can give you valuable experience.
That's a good point. You know, sometimes we forget about those less glamorous positions, but they can really help you build your skills and make connections.
Exactly. Like being a resident assistant, a tutor, even a campus tour guide.
Right. You're getting a taste of university life, but from the inside, so to speak.
And for anyone aiming for, faculty or research positions, well, a master's degree is often the next step.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those roles usually require more specialized knowledge and research experience.
And it's not just about checking a box on your resume either. Grad school is a chance to really dive deep into your field, connect with other academics.
Right, you're building your network, establishing yourself as a scholar.
Exactly. So we've covered the perks, we've talked about the educational path, but there's so much more to uncover about the world of university jobs.
Yeah, like what specific jobs can you actually find at a university? Because I have a feeling it's a lot more than just teaching and research.
You are absolutely right, and that's exactly what we're going to dive into next time. So stay tuned, deep divers.
All right, so last time we were talking about all those amazing perks of working at a university.
Yeah, the time off, the tuition benefits, it all sounded pretty tempting.
Right, but let's get down to brass tacks. What kind of jobs are we actually talking about here?
Yeah, because when most people think university job, they probably picture, a professor standing at a lectern.
Right, the classic image of academia. But honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, so let's break it down. What else is out there?
Well, think of a university like a small city.
A city of knowledge.
Exactly. And like any city, it needs a whole army of people to keep things running smoothly.
Okay, so beyond the professors, who are these people?
Well, you've got the administrative staff, for starters.
Administrators. So like the folks who handle the paperwork and keep the lights on.
That's a very simplified way of putting it, but yeah, essentially. They manage everything from budgets and human resources to student affairs and facilities.
Wow, so we're talking about a pretty diverse range of skills here.
Absolutely. Universities need people who are organized, detail-oriented, good with numbers, and able to work well in teams.
Makes sense. It's a big operation.
It is. And then, of
Yeah.
course, you have all the roles that involve working directly with students.
Oh, right, because it's not just about research and teaching. It's about creating a supportive and engaging learning environment.
Exactly. So you've got academic advisors who help students choose their courses and plan their careers, counselors who provide guidance on personal and academic matters.
It sounds like those roles would be incredibly rewarding, helping students navigate those, sometimes turbulent college years.
They can be, definitely. And let's not forget about the folks who contribute to that vibrant campus culture we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah, like the people who organize events and activities.
Exactly. Resident assistants, student life coordinators, event planners, they all play a part in making the university experience memorable and enriching.
Okay, I'm getting a much clearer picture now. But what about those of us who are drawn to research and scholarship?
Ah, the heart of academia. Well, as you might imagine, universities are hubs of research and innovation.
So where do the non-professors fit into that world?
Well, you have research assistants who provide support to faculty members.
So they're like the behind-the-scenes heroes of research.
In a way, yes. They might collect data, conduct experiments, analyze results, or even help write research papers.
Sounds like a great way to get hands-on experience.
It is, and as you gain experience, you might move up to a research associate position, taking on more responsibility and maybe even leading your own research projects.
And eventually, some of those research associates might end up as professors themselves.
Right. But the path to professorship is a long and demanding one.
Yeah, I imagine it takes a lot of dedication and perseverance.
It does. Typically, after earning a PhD, aspiring professors start out as adjunct professors. They teach part-time while continuing their research and trying to build their reputation.
So those early years are all about like proving yourself in the academic world.
Exactly. You're establishing your research agenda, publishing your findings, and honing your teaching skills. And if you do well, you might eventually get a tenure track position.
No, I've always been a little fuzzy on what tenure actually means. Can you explain it?
Sure, tenure basically means you have job security.
Ah, so that's why it's so coveted in academia.
Right. It's a rigorous process where your teaching, research, and service to the university are evaluated over several years. But once you achieve tenure, you have a permanent position at the university, which gives you a lot of freedom to pursue your academic interests without the pressure of constant job searching.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's a long and challenging road, but it can ultimately lead to stability and the chance to really focus on your passion.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot between teaching, research, and service, contributing to your field of study, and mentoring the next generation of scholars.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today, from administrative and student-facing roles to research positions and the path to professorship.
It's a diverse world, that's for sure.
It is, and I have to say, I'm pretty impressed by the sheer range of opportunities available at universities.
Me too. It really is a world of possibilities. But I imagine it can be a little overwhelming trying to figure out where to start.
Yeah, with so many options, it's hard to know which path to choose.
Right. So that's exactly what we're going to tackle in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore some practical strategies for landing your dream university job.
Okay, so we've talked about the amazing perks, we've explored the different types of jobs, but now let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
The million-dollar question. How do you actually land one of these awesome university jobs?
Right. Because it's one thing to dream about working on a beautiful campus, but it's another thing entirely to actually make that dream a reality.
And that's where strategy comes in. Landing a university job is a process. And like any process, it requires, well, a plan.
So where do we start? What's step one?
Well, like with most job applications, it all starts with a stellar resume and cover letter.
Okay, but how do you make your resume stand out in a sea of applicants, especially in academia, where everyone seems to have a PhD?
That's a great question. And the key is to treat your resume as a marketing tool. You're essentially marketing yourself to potential employers.
Okay, so how do we sell ourselves?
By highlighting the skills and experiences that are most relevant to the specific job you're applying for.
So tailoring your resume to each individual position.
Exactly. And whenever possible, quantify your accomplishment. Yeah, use numbers and metrics to showcase your impact. Like instead of saying managed social media accounts, say increased social media engagement by 25%.
Oh, I see. Numbers speak louder than words.
They do. And don't forget about the cover letter.
Oh, the dreaded cover letter.
Ah.
Is that really still necessary?
It is, especially in academia. Your cover letter is your chance to show your personality, to express your genuine passion for the role and the university you're applying to.
Okay, so it's not just a formality. It's an opportunity to make a real connection.
Exactly. Think of it as a conversation starter. You want to pique their interest, make them want to learn more about you.
Now, Jared Kanize, the CEO of academicjobs.com, he's a big proponent of networking. How can someone build those all-important connections in the academic world?
Great, Corlin. Start by leveraging your existing network. Reach out to professors, mentors, or alumni from your undergrad or grad programs. They might have insights into open positions or be able to connect you with the right people.
So it's all about tapping into those existing relationships.
Right. And attending conferences and workshops in your field of interest is another great way to meet people and learn about potential opportunities.
So putting yourself out there, striking up conversations, making those connections.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of online platforms like LinkedIn. Connect with people who work in your target universities and departments, join relevant groups and discussions, and participate actively.
So many ways to network these days.
Yeah.
But okay, let's say you've done all the prep work, you've networked like a pro, and you've landed an interview.
The moment of truth.
Any tips for acing that all-important conversation?
Practice, practice, practice. Run through potential interview questions with a friend or family member, highlighting your skills and experiences that match the job requirements.
So being prepared and knowing your stuff.
Yes. But don't just rattle off memorized answers. You want to engage in a genuine conversation, show your enthusiasm, and let your personality shine through.
Right, because universities aren't just looking for robots who can fill a role. They want passionate individuals who will contribute to the community.
Exactly. They're looking for people who are eager to collaborate, share ideas, and make a meaningful contribution to the institution's mission.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the amazing perks of working at a university to the diverse range of jobs you can find there and the strategies for actually landing your dream job.
It's been a journey.
It has. And hopefully our listeners feel inspired and empowered to take those next steps toward their own fulfilling careers in academia.
Remember, the world of university jobs is vast and constantly evolving. So keep exploring, keep learning, and never be afraid to reach out for help and guidance along the way.
And if you're ready to start your search for that perfect university job, head over to academicjobs.com. They've got thousands of listings, so you're sure to find something that sparks your interest.
Happy job hunting.
Until next time, deep divers.